Picture yourself buried under endless tabs, to-do lists, phone pings, wondering why nothing gets done. Then discover a few straightforward habits that can help you handle all of this. So if you are tired of scattering your energy and never finishing what you start, let's talk about the productivity secrets I wish I'd known 5 years ago. You might just fast-track your own progress this way. I used to juggle 10 tasks at once, convinced that I was a productivity wizard, until I realized I was just busy, not truly effective. In this video, I'll share the lessons and simple habits I wish I had embraced years ago. Ones that could have saved me from exhaustion, scattered efforts, and missed opportunities. Ready for a look at my biggest productivities? Let's dive in. I will unpack this in two major parts. First, the lessons themselves, and the second, the reflections on my mistakes and the advice I would give to a younger me. Lesson 1. Focusing on one thing at a time. When I say one thing, I mean literally single out a main objective for each time block. No more jumping between tasks mid-progress. I learned that devoting solid chunks of time to, say, a key work project or learning a new skill achieves deeper and faster results. It also applies on a larger scale. I used to try to improve my health, finances, relationships, and skill set all in the same month. I would get overwhelmed, then quit half of them. But focusing on just one area for a month or a few months delivers a level of mastery and momentum that I've never seen before. That single focus approach is surprisingly liberating too. I used to see it as limiting, but it's actually empowering, removing that mental overhead of deciding what to do next every 10 minutes. For me, the real turning point was noticing how much time I wasted switching between the tasks, starting them but actually never finishing. When I locked onto one priority, my productivity soared. I was finally able to focus on the most important job that I had to do. Lesson 2. Keeping a distraction list. Early on, I realized social media was chewing up hours of my day. But it's not just social media. There are random rabbit holes online, unexpected calls, or even endless web browsing. I started noting every distraction in a simple spreadsheet. Each time I caught myself drifting, I wrote it down. Doing this revealed I spent way too long scrolling through Instagram and reading just random articles. So I set boundaries like capping Instagram users to 10 minutes a day. I would sometimes just kill time, reaching the end of internet while scrolling through it, so that one step alone freed a huge chunk of time. Then writing down distractions may sound tedious, but it's really eye-opener. You see patterns, so you can craft solutions like blocking certain apps, turning off alerts, or scheduling digital breaks. The biggest payoff is regaining a sense of control. Instead of feeling at the mercy of notifications, I controlled my environment. That in turn lowered the stress and boosted the actual productivity. Lesson 3. Planning the week in detail. I used to drift from day to day, reacting to whatever popped up. Eventually, I realized I needed a preemptive approach, a weekly review and a plan. On Sundays, I would map out the main goals for Monday through Saturday, deciding what I do on morning, afternoon, and evening. Another thing I introduced was a regressive switch of time. Like, on Monday, I might work until 9 p.m., and that's the day I always set the most difficult goals. But by Friday, I'm aiming to wrap up by 3 or 4 p.m. I do work on Saturdays, just because usually it helps me wrap up some of the biggest priorities that I have, or act as a buffer time in case I need to move things around. But I would still aim to finish by midday or free up the morning and work a little bit in the afternoon. By structuring it all, I wasn't living in email chaos or random crisis. The shift let me truly relax when I'm off and fully working when I'm at work. I learned how not to think at all about work after I switched off, and that clear boundary was a great way to learn. Instead of letting tasks bleed into everything, now I have windows for specific responsibilities. And ironically, setting these clear windows multiplied my output. My mind wasn't juggling a million possibilities at once. If I had known how simple planning would make me feel, how free I would feel, I would have done it years ago. It's a small time investment for a massive mental clarity. It's like a map for a week, but don't overdo it. Don't go into all the details and tasks that you will do each hour of the day. Just say, for example, Tuesday morning project X, Wednesday afternoon project Y, and then you follow what you need to do for these projects in this dedicated time slots. Also, if it's in your power, I would suggest dividing your weeks into days when you act as a manager, that is, for example, take calls, meet the teams, etc., and the days when you work on the projects, create, analyze, or whatever else requires you to do the actual job. Both types of work require different approaches, and switching between the two will often break your whole slot, sometimes even the whole day. Don't kid yourself that you will take that quick call in the middle of your focus session and then just jump right back into it. That's not gonna happen. So it will break your entire dedicated slot, so make sure that you manage it well. I once prided myself on multitasking, feeling like a productivity ninja, but soon I recognized it brought more burnout than actual results. Tasks stay half finished, my brain felt overloaded, and my stress level soared. After seeing how single task focus vastly improved my outcomes, I realized multitasking was a trap, productive in the name only, but in reality, very destructive. I ignored the fact that every phone ping triggered something in me. Instead of pinpointing and controlling these triggers, I let them run my day. Later I saw how each distraction break cost me my momentum. Breaking that pattern was a huge gain when it comes to the actual flow states and ability to focus on what I need to do. No weekly structure meant I always was putting out fires. No sense of calm or progress. Finally adopting windows of productivity versus rest freed me from a constant scramble. And ironically, I got more done in less time, plus I had actual energy from my personal life. Here it goes for the work-life integration, right? If I were to give my younger self the advice, this is what I would say. First, dare to simplify. Piling on tasks feel ambitious, but it kills depth and motivation. If I had known how focusing on fewer projects each quarter yields better mastery, I would have avoided so many half-done projects. Depth wins every time over breadth. It's okay to do one or two things really well rather than 8 tasks mediocre. Don't overcomplicate things. Prioritize what really matters and focus your energy there. That can be very straightforward. Understanding that social media or random web browsing isn't a mild habit but just a time vacuum changes everything. I would tell my younger self, track it. Then set guardrails, limit usage, turn off constant notifications, and ideally, clean your phone of most apps and games. Productivity isn't about superhuman discipline. It's about designing an environment that prevents you from sabotaging your own focus. It's as simple as this. Lock in weekly plan. I would have urged my younger self to spend short sessions each week clarifying the upcoming week's big tasks, smaller to-dos, and the personal downtime. Those 20 minutes transform how you approach each day with much more focus. And if something urgent arises, you can tweak the plan without losing the bigger picture. I've been doing that for over 10 years now, and I don't think there was one routine that gave me as much as this one. So how can you implement these lessons right now? First, pick one focus. For the next 30 days, choose one major project or life area. Skip the scatter, just go all in. Then draft a distraction list. Track every time you get sidetracked, whether it's social media or random gossip. By week's end, design solutions, uptime limits, phone-free blocks, you name it. Then plan your week. Sunday, outline what you will do in the mornings, afternoons, and evenings. Also decide your power downtime each day so you truly recharge and switch off. Then test and tweak. After 2 weeks, ask how your productivity improved. Did it improve? If yes, keep refining. If not, adapt your approach. Productivity is a living system. It adapts as you go. Looking back, I wish I had embraced single task focus, track distractions, and meticulously planned my weeks way sooner. Thankfully, I started planning my week straight after university, and it helped me tremendously. But had I done the other two earlier, I would have spared myself countless frustrated evenings and half-realized goals. But it's never too late. Start now, pick one area, protect it from distractions, and schedule your time with intention. Trust me, these small steps might just catapult you from busy to genuinely productive.